I was wondering, is this a real thing or what's going on?
May I ask where you're calling from?
Eugene, Oregon.
Okay. And are you associated with one of the congregations of Jehovah's Witnesses there?
Yes, there's a young man that brings magazines to me. The thing is, I recently made a sizable donation to this young man. I gave him $100 because I was under the impression that this money was going to be going towards the preaching work, and I feel duped a little bit. The way it was presented to me, he showed me the magazines that is printed on very thin paper, and that even said we reduce the number of pages. You see, every penny of your donation will go to this maximized benefit of preaching about Jehovah.
He was correct.
A couple days ago, I see this video where apparently the money that people are donating is being used to make music videos. I don't understand this. I'm just really surprised.
No, that's not the case at all.
Oh, good. What happened?
You may have. Did you mention your name? Here's what we'll say, sir. I'm sure you've observed Jehovah's Witnesses long enough to know that.
Well, I just have the young man that brings magazines to my door. He seems very nice. I believed in him, and I believed in the work because we're always talking about the end of the system of things, which is something as a Christian I believe in very firmly. And I was led to believe that Jehovah's Witnesses were doing this work, and it was their sole interest was preaching this message about Jehovah. And then I see this produced music video on the internet of people dancing to music I wouldn't let my kids listen to.
Well,
and apparently these are the people at headquarters. Is this?
We want to assure you that whatever is contributed, anything that's donated, is going towards preaching work. And what you saw, sir, was very private. No, sir, it's not private. It's all over the internet. No, but it shouldn't have been.
My coworkers have seen it, and they don't even know anything about Jehovah's Witnesses.
If I can just mention it, do you have a family, wife, children, by any means?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sure, sir, you can relate to this. Periodically, as a family, you may go on a picnic, or you may have a little fun day. Some cultures call it that.
Yeah.
You do things with your children, but it's
I don't do it on God's dime, and I don't do it on God's time.
Now here is
don't do it with God's money.
That was strictly for the family. You may have heard of Bethel families.
No.
Maybe, I don't know if you've read much on the JW.org, but around the world, sir, we have about 100 branch offices of Jehovah's Witnesses, and those branch offices coordinate the preaching work in those respective countries.
Yes, I support that.
You understand that? So at the various branch offices, there's a small family. Here in the United States, it's a much larger family. There are probably about 3,000-4,000. Periodically, and I'll share this with you, periodically, as a family, we have a little entertainment. It's
of course.
With your wife.
Yeah.
So this was for the family, and it was only somehow it got put out on the internet. It should not have happened, and we don't make music videos. That was done just for this family.
Oh, but you did make the music video. Oh, sir, I'm not really been out of shape about the people relaxing, and I understand that people have recreation. I'm not trying to offend you, sir, but did you see this video? It had inappropriate music in it. My family, I do fun things with them, but if we went on a picnic, we'd play Christian music. We wouldn't be playing the hip hop singer.
Everything is reviewed, and
well, I have the song lyrics right here. I have the song lyrics here in front of my family. I do.
And that was done one time. Again, we don't make music videos.
You made this one. You tell me you don't, but you did. You told me you don't, you did, but you did, and you said it was a secret and no one was supposed to find out about it.
Well, it's not a secret. It's private. Just as you do things as a family privately, you don't video record everything you do as a family and put it on the internet. So this does not have happened because it's a private. It was just for the family.
If the family is the people dancing in the...
I'm sure you can understand the situation.
I'm trying to, but are you familiar with the lyrics of this song? Because the young man I talked to, he's always talking about making that presentation and making good appearances for the world. The lyrics of this song, the man is saying that he doesn't care what people think about him, and he doesn't care if people think he's crazy, and he does what he wants.
I don't think you heard those lyrics.
I've got them in front of me. Would you like to go over them? There's a picture, by the way, above the lyrics of this song, there's a picture of this man. He's a black man, and he's smoking drugs. He's smoking a joint.
Look at Jehovah's Witnesses as a whole. They're not perfect. This shouldn't have gone on the internet. But
is this man who sings this song one of Jehovah's Witnesses?
Look at their conduct. And I think you'll get a full picture. Look at the big picture, not just one incident that was an accident, really, that it got out.
So it was an accident.
To entertain the family.
It was. You're saying it was an accident, sir?
It should not have been on the internet.
Why don't you want people to see it?
Just as you and your family do things.
So it's like a sex tape, is what you're saying. It's like a sex tape. Like if me and my wife made something we didn't want anyone to ever see. It's kind of the same thing.
As you can see, it has nothing to do with that. It's very clean entertainment, but still it was private, just for the family. You see?
I thought Jehovah's Witnesses were all one big family.
We are, yeah. But we do have individual groups at these Bethel homes. We don't publicize everything we do as a little family. And that's basic. You see?
I understand that. Yeah, I think I'm getting what you're saying. Here's where I'm coming from. The young man who took my $100 led me to believe that all of that money was going to be going towards the preaching work. He didn't say anything else about recreational stuff or making music videos with non-Christian music. I know you think the song is great. I think I'm just a little more religious or conservative than you, that I don't think that kind of music is appropriate. I wouldn't let my kids listen to it. A song about not caring what anyone thinks. I thought that we are close to the end of the system of things, which I thought that was something I agreed with the Jehovah's Witnesses on. But instead of that, I see people dancing to music that's going to be destroyed. This kind of music isn't going to go into God's kingdom, is it? Is this music going to get...
Well,
is this song going to survive into God's kingdom?
Your concern, your interest, but again, we encourage you to look at the big picture. But please don't make your judgment on one incident.
Bottom line, I feel like I was deceived because he put it in an envelope. He put the money in an envelope that said worldwide work. And it did not go to the worldwide work. It went to a music video of music that is not going to go into God's kingdom, correct? This kind of music will be destroyed at the end of the system of things, correct?
Well, there are many things that are not going to be in the new world that we use right now.
But you don't mix the two. At the beginning of this video, you showed a big picture of a sign that said Watchtower, correct? I got the video in front of me. Big picture of it says Watchtower. And then there's other things that say JW.org and Jehovah and everything else all through the video. And you mixed it with this non-Christian man's song. I'm perplexed as why you think this song is okay.
You've been affected this way. And we do hope that you'll look at the bigger picture, look at Jehovah's people as a whole.
A nice gesture would be to refund the money.
None of us are perfect, but look at the overall impact of their preaching work. Look at their overall conduct.
This video has hundreds of thousands of views. That's your impact. That's the impact you're having. Intentional or non-intentional. My coworkers have seen this, and they don't even know anything about Jehovah's Witnesses. And they're laughing at me because
if they take the time to examine, to do a little research, look at the JW.org, they'll get to know them as a people and see that they are very genuine. They love Jehovah. They're not perfect, but they're doing everything that they can to live according to Bible principles.
According to Bible principles, if somebody has a grievance against you, you must make it right before you return to your worship. Is that correct?
Yes, Jesus made that very clear in Matthew.
A nice gesture would be to refund my money.
Well,
it's just $100.
Sir, you can feel free to do that. But we want to assure you that
I don't have the money anymore. You have my money. My coworkers are laughing at me because I told them I gave $100 to Jehovah's Witnesses. They shook their head and laughed at me. Said I've been conned. I didn't believe it until last week when I saw the video. I feel I have been duped. You're just like everyone else, isn't it?
I hope, sir, that you will make your final decision on everything that is available to learn about Jehovah's Witnesses and not just one video.
Sir, would it be better to have a millstone around your neck than to stumble me? Sir, would it be better to have a millstone around your neck than to stumble me? Because this video seems to be worth it more to you than...
Big picture, sir. All right?
Could I have my money back that I thought was going towards the preaching work exclusively?
Sure. If you want to write a letter, sir, we'll be happy to respond. Okay? And
you're not going to give me my money back. You're going to keep... Okay, I can accept that I'm not going to get my money back. Can you promise me that a music video like this will never be made again? Can you promise me that you've learned something from this mistake?
Oh, I'm sure everyone has. As I mentioned, it was intended. It's just family entertainment. Sadly, it got onto the internet. It shouldn't have.
Which member of your family put this on the internet? I'm not this. Which one of your family put this on the internet?
Well, I don't know.
Do you discipline members of your family?
It's a big family, but we don't know what happened. But anyway, we thank you for.
So you're like the Christian churches that you don't have that accountability. Do you believe in accountability?
All right. So sir, have a nice day. I'm going to take
your call
if I may.
You're not going to answer my questions.
Thank you.
I can accept you're not going to give me my money back, but you're not going to answer my questions?
No, feel free to send a letter. If you want it back, you send a letter and express your concerns and your
You have me on the phone right now. What am I going to write in a letter? You're just going to ignore my letter. You have me on the phone. You knocked on my door. You came to my door. I didn't go to your door. You came to mine. And now I want to talk to you and you're hanging up on me? This man came to my door every week. This man came to my door every week for a year and a half until I thought he was my friend. I thought he was my fellow Christian. He took my money under a false pretense. I did not give my money for you to have recreation. That was not part of the deal. Do you think it's all right to take people's money at doors and lead them to believe it's going exclusively towards a preaching work, and then you take it back to New York and you dance to hip-hop music? Can you understand how I feel?
Well, we're so sorry that it has affected you this way, but we can assure you that anything that is received, and actually the work of Jehovah's Witnesses is primarily supported by contributions they make. It's all going to the preaching.
Well, then why did you need then why did you ask for my money? Every time that man gave me a magazine, he put a magazine in my hand, and then after he put a magazine in my hand, mentioned that this is part of a life-saving work, and we're in the last moments of this system of things. And it would be really helpful if we could get some money for you. Did that not happen? You go door to door. You do this to everyone, right? Every door you knock on, you give someone a magazine, and then you say, it'd be nice if you give us some money back, right?
You will find some very encouraging experiences of individuals, hundreds, thousands of individuals who've been helped through our preaching work. Right there in JW.org or some of the magazines you have there, individuals whose lives were...
I appreciate that. What would be nice to see on JW.org is an apology. Can I get an apology for what's happened?
Married couples and families who were so divided, but as a result of studying the Bible
Sir, you and I are getting divided right now, and you don't care. You're upsetting me, and you don't care. Will you apologize? How hard is it to say we are sorry? Can you do that for me?
Well, I said that earlier, sir, that we're so sorry that you've been affected by that, and it was a mistake. It shouldn't have been on the internet. I've told you that several times.
That's a starting place. Can you tell me that this isn't going to happen again? Can you tell me?
You can relate to that.
I've never done a video like this. I've never made a hip hop video with my kids. I'd spank my kids if I saw.
As we mentioned, we are so sorry that this has happened and that you have been affected that way. Have we learned from it? Of course.
Good.
We certainly want to ensure that never happens again.
And I'm going to continue taking the magazines. I'd like to see an apology in the magazines for this video specifically.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
We thank you for calling. And we do hope that you will continue to deepen your relationship with Jehovah. And that is our objective, to help every individual who's willing.
I can't understand, since we're so close to Armageddon, why would you be doing this? You should know better. You're the people that should know better. Aren't we all running the race for life? Is this a marathon? Are we in the marathon for life? Did we not get admonished by the Apostle Paul to continue running the race for life? Exert yourself vigorously to get through that narrow door. I see people kicking their shoes off, dancing around. That's not exerting yourself vigorously to get through the narrow door. This is the cramped road to life. Why are you on the broad and spacious path with everyone else dancing to popular music instead of Christian music?
Yeah, and we're all learning and we're all making an improvement. Ultimately, Jehovah is the judge of all of us.
Part of the learning process is acknowledging when you did something wrong. Will you please say for the record that you've done something wrong?
Well, as we mentioned before, we have all learned from it, so we're sure that's what we.
Are you learning to hide it better? Are you learning to hide it better next time? Or are you learning we shouldn't do something that could stumble people? It isn't worth it. We shouldn't stumble the people we're supposed to be preaching to and asking money from. We shouldn't do anything that would stumble them, right? You agree with me? You shouldn't do anything that would stumble someone like me that you ask money from.
I have another, I'm going to just make another call. If you don't mind, I'll put you on hold a minute, please.